Hello, and welcome back to Main Street Digital Academy, where all your instructions are free. Today, we're going to show you how to make one of the great selling products, lip balms. And one of the reasons I love lip balms is they're great for fundraising. Schools, nonprofits, youth groups, churches, they all do fundraising, and lip balm is one item just about everyone uses. It is reasonably priced and easy to sell. Think about it. If fundraisers charge $3 for a tube of lip balm, and you sold it to them with their label on it for $2, you will make about $1.50 for each one sold. If you gave it to them at $1.50 a piece, you're still making about $1 each, and there will be tons of them sold. The balm is fairly easy to make, but it may take a little time getting used to the process. As a side note, there are also many ways to package your lip balm besides the round, clear standard tubes. There are aluminum rectangle or round tins and white quarter-ounce balm jars. There are also different colored tubes: pink, purple, white, black, and craft tubes. All natural lip balm base can be purchased from several different wholesale sources, and I'll put some of them in the notes below. Right now, as of this writing, it goes for anywhere from about $12 to $20 for a pound, which divided by a 0.15 ounce, the weight of a standard lip balm, makes about 106 of them. Of course, with the waste you will incur, I would say you'll probably get 90% of that. Even at 90%, which is around 95 balms, if you figure your cost of each with all the parts and pieces at about 30 cents each, and if you sell them at $3 each, you'll still make around $260 with 1 pound. If you purchase the base, you must melt it and add your flavoring, coloring if wanted, and any additives you may want, like coconut, sweet almond, jojoba, castor, avocado, sunflower, or grapeseed oils, and or shea, cocoa, or mango butters. And purchase lip balm tubes, which are about $15 for 100. Labels for your lip balm, which contains a breakaway seal, and you can get that from online labels, and possibly a shrink wrap, which is optional. Make sure you get a filling tray when you purchase your lip balm base. It holds all the tubes while you fill them. It's a must-have. As a quick note, I never used coloring for lip balm, as the color on the label I design usually matches the flavoring. If you do use coloring, there's a natural coloring, there's food coloring, and there's food coloring powders. If I were to pick one, I'd probably try the food coloring first. Another way, which is a lot less hassle for small batches, is to purchase pre-filled and unlabeled lip balm that is already flavored and colored. Believe me, this is the easiest way to make your lip balm. They go for about 39 cents each in 6 different flavors at Bulk Apothecary. You only need a label and possibly a shrink wrap to finish it off. Now, let me give you a disclaimer here. We are not responsible for the products you create from our supplies or directions. You alone are responsible for product and recipe testing to ensure compatibility and safety. Is there a cost difference between the two different methods? The answer is twofold because of the labor involved in making the two different types. If you're making just a few at a time, go with the pre-filled if you can. Your cost is about 39 cents each, plus the label and shrink wrap if you use that. You will probably sell them for about $2 to $3 each, so that is a handy profit. If you're making many of them, or you need different flavors, I'd go with the base and add flavoring and possibly coloring. The cost is about 30 cents each. It's kind of labor intensive, but the quantity comes into play, and you can do a lot more with less labor if you are making many. There's also many flavors, anywhere from bubblegum to bourbon, for lip balms. They all have different additive rates, so pay attention to that. And most flavors are not sweetened, so if you want a sweetened flavor, you have options. Some of the wholesalers have lip balm sweeteners. Pay attention that some use stevia or other type sweeteners, and some won't tell you, as they say the formula is secret. So you see, the possibilities are endless for making unlimited types of lip balms, and you can try any combination and see how well it sells. Most wholesale lip balms don't tell you how much total additives you can use, but I believe a safe level would be about 3 to 5% as a starting point. You can add more or less, and that would be up to you to make sure to test the modified product and compatibility for stability. Most recommended usage rates that are the allowable rate usually come straight from the manufacturer of the additive. Some manufacturers say use 1% flavor, which is 2.36 milliliters in an 8 ounce, approximately 0.6 milliliters in a 2 ounce. I usually use a little more, but that is up to you to test. It's up to you to do your homework. I will be using 4 ounces of a lip balm base and a chocolate raspberry from Nature's Flavors that says to start with a 0.5 to 3% of weight. Any other additives added to the base will also have to be based on what the manufacturer of the additive says. So I will be using a sunflower oil that also says can be up to a 1% usage. How do I figure out how much that is, and how do I measure it out? Here's your easy equation answer. There are 29.57 milliliters in an ounce. Write that down somewhere because you'll be using it a lot. Hence, 4 ounces is equal to 29.57 times 4, which equals 118.28 milliliters. Multiply that by 1%. 118.28 times 0.01 equals 1.18 milliliters. We'll round it and call it 1.25 milliliters just for ease. For the flavor, I'll start with 2%, which is going to be about 2.5 milliliters. Now, it's almost impossible to measure all this out without using a syringe or pipette that measures milliliters. I'm going to use 2.5 milliliters of flavor and add 1 milliliter of sunflower oil to make the total of 3.5 milliliters. You can use the coloring if you wish. That may add a couple more milliliters. So we start with measuring out the lip balm we need. Always add about 10% more than what the total number of balms call for, because you won't be able to get everything out of the glass cup. In a heat-proof measuring glass, microwave the base to where it melts so that the base will mix well with the flavor and any other oils you need. We are then going to measure out and add the flavor and any other oils you're using. After mixing it, this is where you can let the mixture cool to a solid so you can test it for flavor and consistency, or start pouring it into the lip balm tubes. If you determine it needs more flavor or other ingredients, reheat and add what you need. When you're ready to pour the tubes almost to the top, but not quite, as the mix will shrink as it cools. After it is cooled, go back and add the rest to the top and let it cool again. If the second pour ends up over the top or the tops are uneven, you can scrape off the excess and then briefly use a heat gun to melt the top so that it is smooth. If it is still showing a shrinkage, add some of the mix with a flat of a clean stainless steel knife. I always clean it with alcohol first. Scrape the top and briefly heat with a heat gun. Let the tube cool completely before placing the cap on. After placing the cap on, make sure the tubes are clean and place your labels on them. Use alcohol to clean off any excess lip balm off the tubes. We can then place the tubes in a shrink wrap if you wanted and shrink it with a heat gun. If you are using lip balm boxes, it is ready to box and label the box. You can always heat seal the box instead of the tube. And when you do heat seal the tube itself, make sure you don't get it too close and melt the lip balm inside. Here's what we're going to need to make 4 ounces of lip balm. That's going to make 21 to 24 balms. You're going to need your ounce scale, a heat gun, alcohol, 4 ounces of lip balm base, flavoring, coloring if wanted, up to 24 tubes, 3 pipettes or syringes, additives, filling tray, shrink wrap if you need, and a box if you need. So watch the video. Let's get started. Okay, let's get going. I have my lip balm tray here with 6 lip balms inserted. It's going to make it easy to pour. I have 2.2 ounces of lip balm base. I have my flavor. This is a chocolate raspberry flavoring. I have my sunflower seed oil. And I wanted to show you all the different types of lip balm tubes that you can get. This is the clear one, of course. They have the black. This is a slim line. It takes about half of what this one takes. This, I believe, is a 0.7 ounce. And then you have your lip balm aluminum rectangle case that you can put lip balm in. I'm going to start with my flavoring. It calls for 1.36 milliliters for 4 ounces. I'm going to call it 1.5. Now this is a 1 milliliter pipette. There's 1.5. And the sunflower seed oil calls for 0.68 milliliters. We're going to call it 0.75, which is 3/4 of a milliliter. Right there. Now we're going to mix that thoroughly. And then we're going to pour. Okay, so we have our base all set up. It's all mixed. And I inserted 6 of the lip balm tubes to the back of the tray. Now, if you're using a tray, go ahead and fill it up to the top. Even if you get a little overrun, that's fine, because that's easier than having to refill after you pull them out. So let's go ahead and fill them up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And when you fill it like that and you pull them out, there's going to be like an extra 1/8 of an inch of the balm in there, and we're going to just cut that off. So I'll be back in a few minutes after I let this sit and harden. Okay, so this has solidified and hardened. And if you see, there's little dots in the middle, and that's where it has shrunk. And that's why we go over about 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to cut that off now. Pull these out. And all we do is just cut that top off. Some of these still have just a little bit of a shrink hole on it. So what we're going to do is hit it with a heat gun, and that will melt just the tops and make a nice shiny coat. So we're going to let that harden and put the caps on, and then we're going to clean anything that's on it, any extra base that might have slid down on it. I've cleaned them up. Everything looks perfect. Let me show you a close-up. Everything looks really good. So that's it for today. Hope you'll be back with us. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned from this video. Be sure to subscribe and be notified when each of our videos are made. I will be giving you all the places I get supplies wholesale for this product in the notes below. I will also be giving you the URL in the notes to go to if you want to purchase just enough supplies to try out making this product, along with a 50% discount code. Have a great day. This is Main Street Digital Academy signing off. Thank you.